Dan, can you move the cart up a little bit? Just like push the whole thing up a little bit. Okay. A little more. Perfect. Stop. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you for your attendance today. And after the feedback that we got last week, and Mr. Rollins and I conferred that if week 1 was a success, then we would continue it in week 2. We are currently in talks with the possible week 3. We are not sure yet. Week 3 maybe, in a couple of weeks, maybe after spring break, but we will figure it out. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the man that I call the beard, but he is another bald man like me, Mr. Rollins. Give him a hand.
All right, so I am here to discuss my journey through having spectacular hair. This is me, by the way. I believe I'm in 2nd grade there. All right, this is my journey through having hair to not having hair to having beard. Okay, now everybody's journey is different. Just go on and say this. Mr. McBean's journey is different than my journey, right? His baldness is different than my baldness. Your baldness will be different also. Now, some of us will go bald. Fact. Who? We don't know. But I will say this. Science says that if your grandparents are bald, you will most likely be bald. Now, my grandparents are bald. I am bald, right? My father, not bald. Me, bald. Okay?
Grampy McBean, bald. My mom's dad, bald. My dad, not bald.
Yeah. So, don't look at your father, look at your grandfathers. All right? That's the key. All right, so we're going to start this journey. Okay? This journey starts when I'm a little young man with this wonderful early 1980s, late 1970s haircut. That is a lot of hair, right? I mean, if you were to go, hey, look at that kid. He's in 2nd grade. No way he's going to be bald. Please go to the next one. Just scroll up. Thank you. Oh, look at that. 5th grade. 5th grade. Look, this is where my baldness starts, okay? Some people's baldness starts back here. Other people's starts in here. Mine starts here. It's called a widow's peak, okay? So basically, at the end, it looks like a V that goes like this way back, and your forehead basically starts way back, okay? So if you notice the pattern, I picked these photos specifically for the pattern. If you notice the pattern, we are looking in this area here, all right? These areas here are it's a little covered up with my wave, stylish hair back in the day. But this is the area. So here and here are the areas we want to look at. Please scroll up to the next one. Moving on to middle school. Okay? Now, this is Calumet Middle School. This is 6th grade. Okay? Now, you can tell the hairstyle. This is right after the summer. I'm always my tannest after the summer, right? But these areas here, you notice my forehead is now a 5 head, right? It's moving backwards, and we're looking at these ones. Please go to the next, because when we get to high school, this is where it starts getting scary, okay? So freshman year, football, old school. Look at that neck roll, Mr. McBean. You don't do neck rolls like that ever anymore.
Was this South Torrance High School?
This is South Torrance High School.
Is this a red stripe?
It is. This is like West High being black and yellow, right? The South High went through a red phase. Now they're in a black phase. But we're getting here. The reason why I show you this is because there's going to be a progression from my freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, to where this looks great, to senior year where you go, oh, now we know. Okay? So please go to sophomore year in high school, Mr. McBean. Sophomore year, if you notice, look, the hair is a little down here more because it's going back further and further, right? My widow's peak is starting to show. show, and I need to cover it up. Okay? Please go to junior year. Right? So you notice, look, it's going, I gotta cover it up. So I'm going with the longer bangs. Okay, I'm going with the longer bangs. Listen, your journey of baldness is going to be tough, right? There are a lot of emotions that come up with being bald. There's a lot of self-hate and self-pity that goes along with this. And at some point, you're going to have to embrace that you have no shot and you are going to be bald. But it took me a long time. I was in my mid-20s before I was okay with this beautiful head that I have now. All right. We'll go over the different things I tried and I'll explain them all to you. But this was the last good year of having hair. Going into my senior year, it's going to get rough. Now, I placed some extra photos in here. This is me in between school years, okay? Look at, listen, that's a lot of hair. There's a reason why there's a lot of hair there. I'm trying to cover up the sadness that's inside my head. That is the giant forehead that is coming, all right? Please skip to the next one. Yes, that is like a poofy right away. Now this is, go to the next one. I'm going to show you the next one. You see here, this is it. This is it. You see here, this is where you can really tell that the hair is going. Okay?
Did you have this similar experience of the football helmet coming off and you seeing inside of that helmet?
No, mine was a gradual decay. So it wasn't too long in the football helmet, because remember, this is summer, so this is like, we don't even wear a helmet, we don't do any of the stuff. But if you go to the next page, you're going to see the last of the hair of Matthew Rollins. Now, this is a picture I took for my senior pictures, okay? This is a senior picture. Now, you have to understand, my father gave me $10. This is a long time ago, people. This is 1994, okay? My father gave me $10 to get a haircut. This is the haircut that I got with that $10. Now, this is where it starts going really bad, okay? If you look, by the way, legit Kansas City Chiefs fan, senior year in high school, I'm not a Mahomes bandwagon. Legit Kansas City Chiefs fan.
The Chiefs tie.
Chiefs tie senior year. I had 3 ties that day. I was sporting different ties. But if you notice, like this right here, it's going back. It's going back. I got that wave like I was in middle school again. I'm trying to relive my middle school, but it's going back. Now, my dad gave me $10. I went to the local hairstylist, barber guy. He gave me this haircut. I took this picture. The next day, next slide, please. The next day, I shaved my head, and this is first ever shaving of Matthew Rollins' head. You can tell it's freshly shaved. It is white from the summer, right? And look, here we go. This is when it starts. First ever.
Picture?
By the way, just look at that. Look at that double chin beard going.
This is a mini beard. Look,
mini beard starting. This is all I could grow back then, people. This luscious, gorgeous beard takes a while to get. You don't just get it overnight. It's a lot of work and practice. I'll go over that later. Okay? But if you notice, the V shape right here is getting very prominent. Now, without hair, you can actually see it better. But it's great that this is nice and light, right? Because I just shaved my head. But by the way, I got home and my dad was like, "You wasted $10. You're an idiot. We got a haircut. You got a haircut yesterday, and then today you shaved your head. Why don't you just wait?" And I was like, "I don't know, Dad. I'm a 17-year-old kid. I just do things." Okay? So next picture, please.
Are those the Reebok pump?
Pumps, baby. Those are pumps. You used to be able to pump them up, and they would fit better on your foot.
So you would pump up that little
Yes.
thing, and then it would release the air into the cleat.
But even better, on the back was a little nipple, and you would take one of those nitrous little cans, and you go, psh, and it would do it really quick. It was great.
Ooh.
All right, so post-shaved head. Okay, blurry picture. This is because we don't have cameras like this before. We only have like regular cameras that you click and you don't know what your picture looks like. But you can tell, right? You can tell that that V shape is going right here. That widow's peak is climbing and climbing. Now, scoot just a little down, The other way up, sorry, up. You can also tell that the Friar Tuck is starting to show up, all right? Now, Friar Tuck is a classic bald man where the back of your head here is the first to go and everything else grows and you just kind of do the old comb over and hide it, right? There's some teachers and administrators on campus that have the Friar Tuck. You'll notice it more now that I've explained it to you, but you walk around and you see it and they're going bald here and they kind of keep that hair up here. It's okay. They're just not ready to be bald yet.
And the wind is the enemy in that.
Oh, yes.
The wind.
Yes. All right, scroll down, please. So, pictures, senior year pictures. Look, I mean, I wish I could, but look at that. You see this. This is the 5 head I got going on here. The peak of the widow's peak, and then it just goes back. You notice I haven't grown my hair out, but mere, 1 inch, 1.5 inches, because I know that it's going. All right. This is also the time where I now start having to put lotion on your head and sunscreen on your head, because people, when you start going bald, you need to put sunscreen on your head because you don't ever want a sunburn on your bald head. It is horrendous. Next, please. Oh, wisdom teeth taken out, 18 years old, right? This is my wisdom teeth picture. I got my wisdom teeth taken out on my 18th birthday, basically, right? But look, we're going with that. It's getting thinner here. Look, you can even tell up in here, thinner and thinner. Look at that.
So they wrapped your head in a gauze?
Yeah, that's just the ice.
They put ice packs
Yeah,
on your face.
look, they knocked me out and they ripped out 4 teeth. I gotta eat, McDonald's for 3 days. It was great. All right, one more picture. Senior year. Yeah, that shock is, I hurt from it too. Senior year, this is after we graduate high school. We have what is it, senior night, grad night. They hypnotize us. They do all these fun games. This is me being hypnotized. But this picture is why I'm here. Okay, this is an 18-year-old man growing up, and you can just tell that this is not going to last. Okay. Yeah, I have hair. I still have hair on the side today. Look, this head right here shaved Sunday night. I shaved Sunday night, and it's starting to come in. It's now white because I'm old, right? But the top, and Marco can verify, the top very sparse. The sides pretty good. But now imagine if I had hair, but just without the top, right? I would look pretty weird. Right? But this is the way it was, right? So now I choose to shave the whole thing. Okay. Is there any more pictures? I can't remember if I put any more pictures in there. Oh, yes. This is prom, senior prom picture. But right, the tuxedo. Look at that. Woo! That was probably $10 back then. All right. So you notice now it's not even a peak anymore on my forehead.
You're gonna get an island.
It's an island, yeah. So this is basically gone. On my head today, I could grow this out and it would look very whitish / blonde. But this is like a deforest, forest. There's 1 or 2 trees, right, which is hair, and that's about it, right? Deforest forest. All right, is that it? Is that the last picture? Yes. Okay, so I just want to go over some things with you. I brought some instruments that I use on a daily / weekly basis, okay? To shave my head, okay? Now I've done it all. I've done the what is it, rhino razor, where you put in your palm and you go across like this. I've done the head blade, which is a curved, like a curved blade with a wheel on it, so you can just, and it's got a little holder, so you can kind of just go like this. I've done it all. The one I find that works the best is like just a Mach 3 razor, right? Now, these things are pretty expensive. These razor blades come in like a pack of 12, and it costs like 25 bucks or something like that, maybe 30 bucks, even more. So luckily for my head, I can get like 20 so uses out of this. I get it where until it gets pretty dull, and then I throw it away. But I'm a master at shaving my head. I've been doing this so long that it takes less than like 3 minutes, right? Usually. I use this in the shower, just a regular old mirror, right? And I put it in the shower, and I can just go across and work on this. Now, some of you have asked before, like, do you shampoo your head? He uses bar soap, correct?
Correct.
I find bar soap dries out my head. So I use shampoo and conditioner, right? Now, very simple, right? Get your head wet, little dollop, like literally that much, the size of maybe a penny, and you just work it in. Now, the reason why I wash my head is because it gets oily, especially when I sweat, right? So if I don't wash my head, my pillow gets very yellow, right? Some of you probably the same thing. So we wash our head, right? And then at the same time, I shampoo my beard. This is beard wash, okay? I do the same thing. I put it in there, I get all in here, and I go and get this nice and going. Now, speaking of beards, I'm going to digress real quick and go back to my beard. I don't have any pictures for some reason from age 20 to about 26. I don't have any pictures of myself. More of like pictures of things, but I'm not involved. It's really weird, right? So I went from having no facial hair and being bald to having a goatee, right, and being bald, and then to having a beard in 2006. In 2006, I decided I was going to grow a beard. So I would grow a beard for the wintertime, and then every spring break, I would shave my face back down to a goatee. And so I'd have a goatee all the time. And then in 2008, I decided, let's see how long my beard will get. Well, I found out this is as long as my beard gets. I don't have a ZZ Top beard. You ever see those guys? Those guys have beards that go all the way down here, and they like braid it, and it's like a big old Viking beard, right? This is as long as my beard can grow. Doesn't grow any longer. I've done everything known to man. I've trimmed it. I put oils in it. I put minerals in it, and it just won't grow
anymore. So you're telling me that if you don't shave your beard for 6 years, it doesn't grow longer than that.
Last time I shaved my beard was 8 years ago. I trim it because it gets split ends and dead on the ends, right? Just like regular hair. So I trim it. I have scissors that I trim it with. Sometimes I get a little fancy, like right now, you know, I'm going to admit something here. Some of you might know this, some of you might not. New Year's Eve, I got a little crazy, and I dyed my beard jet black. Why? I wanted to see what it looked like. Okay? So you can dye beards also. Very easy. They make the product for it. It's just for men. Just rub it in, and it dyes it black. I did not like it. I did not feel good after I did it. So I will not do it again. But, you know, hey, we experiment with our hair, right? I don't have hair up here. I have hair here, so I experiment with it. Now, back to the beard thing. I used to shave it and then let it grow back, and then I got to the point where I kind of was okay with it. There's a period in your beard growing that's going to be very itchy. It becomes weird and itchy, right? What you need to do is either trim it, take it off, or let it go. Because eventually it gets out of the itchiness. Okay? It gets out of the itchiness, and then it just becomes what it is. Now, there are benefits to having beard. My face is never cold, right? There are also deficits of having a beard. I eat my beard. Like, I eat a sandwich, and my beard goes in my mouth, right? So I have to, like, do this. When I sleep, sometimes my beard is up in my face, and I have to go and move it around, right? But in the end, if it ever gets very cold, I'll be okay. My face stays warm, right? Now, back to shaving my head. Very simple, okay? Here's what I do, all right? I'm going to show you a little demonstration. Here's what I do, okay? Say, I get my head wet. You have to always have your head wet, okay? Very important. If your head's not wet, it's going to hurt, okay? And then I just take very simple shaving cream, right? Get a little there, and you just kind of do this, right? And you get it going, and it gets lathered up. This is how you shave, people. Very simple, right? Okay? Now that's it. This is the easiest part. It's here, right? I just get my little mirror, and I take it here, and I just shave my head. And you just go straight down the top, right? And now, listen, when you shave your legs or when you shave other body parts, your razor gets clogged pretty quick. I don't have a lot of hair. It doesn't get clogged real quick, right? So I can go through the whole top of my head easily, right, without having to clean my razor. But when you just clean your razor, all you do is just have some water in a cup or, in the sink or in the shower, and you just go off. Now, here's the thing. The sides and the back of the head for myself is where my hair grows. And you want to get really deep in there, right? So you want to go against the grain. So I go from the bottom and I go up. Okay?
Oh, I hear it.
I go from the bottom and I go up. And that gets the best. Now, here's also some things. Now, listen, I'm getting very personal. Okay? I'm a large man. The hardest part to shave my head is the back, where you can slide like a hot dog bun, you call it, or like a credit card slider, right? Like right here, right? Yeah. So that is the hardest part to shave. Now, what happens is this. After I'm done shaving, right? I'll get done shaving, and around your ears, you got to go up and around. Now, you want to be very careful when you're shaving, because you can cut your head. It happens all the time, right? And your head, when you cut your head, just bleeds. It bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. And it takes a while to stop bleeding. So you want to be careful. You don't want to always go to the side as much, right? If you go up one way, you're good. If you go down one way, you're good. If you're going to the side, you're okay. But if you try to switch angles, right? Like I go like this and then like that, that's usually when the cutting happens for me, okay? But for the back area here, I always go every direction. So I'll go like a top right here going up, and then I'll switch it over and I'll go down because I got to get that area that the fat folds in, right? And then I'll go sideways. But when I go sideways, I pay attention, right? Because it sucks when you cut your head, right? So I'll go sideways and I'll get around there. It also helps for somebody with a beard to get this area here, right? Because your hair grows back and over, and I just like it better. I just like it better. Let me finish this up real quick. Oh, man. Now, some people with beards allow this space right here to grow. I have like a little ledge that grows right here and then down. I don't like that. So I just take my razor and I do a little swoop right here and a little swoop right here. That's it. All right? Easy. Should I show a man secret? Will I get my man card taken away?
I don't know, maybe.
All right, I'm going to show you a secret. Okay, this is Lazy Man 101. All right? I'm not saying men do this. I'm not saying I do this. This has been passed down from me generation after generation of Rollinses. Unibrows. Some people like them. I do not. Some people look in a mirror and they get little tweezers and they pluck them out. I'm not saying I do this, but I have a large head, large face. Razors fit perfectly right down the middle. Look at that. Look at that, right? Fits perfectly right down the middle. So I'm not saying I skip a step and just do this. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying is it can be done. Okay? It can be done. All right? So, beard, it's there. I've washed it. I've trimmed it if I want to. There is a must thing you need to do for a beard. You need to oil it. Why? Because when you shampoo it, just like your hair, right? Because another secret, you don't have to wash your hair every day. You guys know that, right? Like women know this. They go days because they have longer hair, and the oil's good for your hair. Boys, we're a little different. We smell a lot. We need to shower more, but you don't always have to wash your hair, okay? Oh, okay. All right. Last thing I do is this. This is oil, okay? This is beard oil. They make this. I just squirt some in my hand, right? I rub it around, and then you just get in here like this, and you move it around. Why is that? Because one, it smells great. It smells like Home Depot in the wood aisle, but it also brings back the shine and the smoothness of the beard. If I go a whole summer going to the beach, and I don't like oil my beard, it gets very rough, okay? Very rough, and no one likes a rough beard, right? So put that oil in there, and then you just comb it through. You have to comb this thing like you have hair every day. It gets knots. If I don't comb it every day, it gets knots. All right, 30 seconds. Quick, any questions? Any questions? No, speechless.
Give it a big hand.
Bet you didn't think you were going to get a live